My name is Boo, and you're joining Urban Yoga's Rise and Shine slow flow yoga, and you can do it at any time of the day. We start with the breath. So I'm sitting in a hero's pose. I have a block just to support my weight. You can do it without a block, or you can kneel on your heels. So just begin to feel your breath organically, where it's coming in, and begin to come aware of your hips and your feet and how they're connecting to the surface that you are sitting on. And as you inhale, begin to align and elevate your spine. So regardless of what position you're sitting in, the inhale will find length and space and growth. And the exhale will find release and grounding and stability. The inhale is finding length. As we begin to come from collective consciousness into heartfelt consciousness. And we happen to be in the midst of September. And my word for the year is abundance. But each month I like to bring to mind words that are stimulated by that month. And so I go by the letter of the month. And a number of words come up for me. So I love the word subtle. So can we subtly connect with our breath? And my two favorite words for September are success and surrender. Can we surrender to our success? Can we be humble within success? And we've got seek, we've got planting seeds, we've got the spirit, we've got the soul, we've got serenity, authenticity, right? When I see serenity, when I hear serenity, serene, it's like instant serenity and strength and study. So as you connect with the breath, finding length in the spine and grounding in the sitting bones, start to come into heartfelt consciousness. Begin to feel your heart, maybe even hear your heart. I invite you to bring your left hand to your heart, relaxing the shoulders. Bring your right hand to your belly and feel the inhale, the belly filling up, the navel expanding, the spine lengthening. And as you exhale, feel the grounding, the retraction, the release. Begin to bring conscious awareness now to the breath and the heartbeat, taking longer inhales and even longer exhales. As we show gratitude to these two bodily functions that serve us from the day that we come into this body until the day that we depart. Uniting our spiritual being with our physical being, allowing us to have this human experience. So we are more than this body. We are spirit. We are prana, life force, energy. Our breath is an aspect of prana. I invite you now to bring your right and your left energies together at your center line of your body, wherever that lands for you, as high or as low, as you feel comfortable, and really feel the right and the left energies, this life force. And as you feel the strength of those energies pressing together, can you soften the shoulders, soften the jaw, soften the tongue? Can you find comfort in stillness? Can you find comfort in silence? It's often said that we learn so much more when we can listen. Take this time to commit to your practice, your body, your self-care, self-advocacy. For the next 40 minutes or so, really feeling the inhale, really feeling the exhale, being conscious of the right and left energies, the subtle energies, the subtleness of all these functions working simultaneously. Let's inhale those right and left energies up to the sky, changing the position of our arms, really reaching up, opening up, feeling our arms, our back, our side body lengthening up. And as we exhale, we draw them down for stability and grounding. The inhale finds expansion. We can release the hands and really stretch the fingers wide like rays of sunshine. Ooh, there's a big favorite for me for September, the sun. Each day we get to see a new dawn. Really breathing in, one more deep inhale. And on the exhale, take your gaze up to the sky and imagine a rainbow at the tip of your fingertips, your rainbow of life. When we see a rainbow, it's a reflection of the Earth's aura. Really reaching up high, seeing all the colors reflected in our chakra system. One more deep inhale. On the exhale, rotating the hands so that the palms are facing out. You stretch the fingers a little bit wider, really feeling the challenge of just holding your hands up this long, knowing it too shall pass, just like the challenges of life. One more deep inhale, and as you exhale as wide as you can, take the arc of the rainbow, follow the arc of that rainbow until your arms are parallel to the earth, really reaching out long. Finding comfort in discomfort, knowing that this too shall pass. Be with your breath, be with your practice. One more deep inhale here. And as you exhale, cactus the arms. Keeping the fingers wide. Taking the back of the hands back. The elbows minutely forward, but extending the elbows out to the side. Can you draw your navel into your spine? Can you tilt your pelvis up a little bit? Can you find length in the back of your neck? These are subtle movements. Where's your heartbeat? Where's your breath? Where's your self-care, your commitment to self-care, self-advocacy? One more deep inhale. And as you exhale, lead in with the elbows. So allow the hands to lean back minutely, subtly, right? Draw the elbows to the center line of the body, keeping them parallel to the earth. As they touch the forearms, then the heels of the palms, the fingertips, and allow the thumbs to connect with the brow center. This is a parasympathetic connection. When we connect our right and left energies like this, either side, when we connect either side with our brow center, our prefrontal cortex, our creativity. It's responsible. It's a very small area, but it's very responsible for so much of what we do in life. And this allows us to rest and digest internally. Continuing with the breath, pressing the right and left energies down. Begin to draw the palms down the center line of the body, pausing at the throat. Taking a deep inhale, maybe even connecting the thumbs very gently to the throat. Feeling that energy of your ability to speak your truth. Your ability to speak your truth even when it's not convenient. Your ability to speak for others that may not have a voice. Relaxing the jaw, relaxing the tongue, pressing the right and left energies. Continue down with the palms. Until we pause at our heart center. And I invite you to honor your ability to love yourself first. Self-care, self-advocacy. Unconditionally. We cannot give from an empty basket. And I invite you also to honor your ability to love others unconditionally. What does that mean? Do you need to release doubt, release fear? Maybe forgiveness. It's a challenging experience to love others unconditionally because we are all one. I invite you to bow your intuition down to your heart center, really opening up the back of the neck, the vertebrae, really feeling the breath and the heartbeat and the right and left energies. And I invite you to set an intention. Really feeling what is coming to mind for you. Whether it's just for this practice, for the day, for the entire month, the rest of the year, or the rest of your life. What are you so passionate about? Because that is our success, that which we are most passionate about. Will materialize into success each and every day. Be more breaths here. And on the next inhale, bring the head up to a neutral position. And as we exhale and inhale, Taking the arms up to the sky and reaching the hands up long and releasing attachment to the intention that we have just set. Releasing attachment to the outcome, because success is a journey and it's one step at a time. And sometimes the path changes, so release control. Take a deep inhale here. And as you exhale, release the right hand down to the earth, right by side of you. Begin to slide it out a little bit so that you lean over and the left hand stays high and arcs over up to the sky, reaching the side body long, really feeling the stretch in that left side body, grounding the left hip. Even finding a bend in the right elbow. You ground that left hip a little bit deeper. One more deep inhale. And exhale as you slide back up. Bring that right arm back up to meet the left. Just as the fingertips touch, switch sides. As slowly as you can, like you're moving through molasses. Allow the palm of the left hand to come to the earth and let it slide out. And as you slide out, allow the right body to open up, keeping the bicep almost behind the right ear. Allowing the torso to twist up to the sky, your gaze. Feel the subtle adjustments in your spine as you do this. Subtly inhale, finding length. And as you exhale, find grounding in that right hip. Maybe the left elbow bends and you fold a little bit deeper. Really grounding that right hip. Really breathing into this side body. This is not a normal pose that we would normally do, so we're using muscles and tendons and ligaments that don't always get so much attention. Breathe love and light into them. And release as you exhale. And on the next inhale, let's come up. Bring in the left hand with us until the fingers meet, and then turn the palms out and circle the hands down and around, clasping the hands behind our back and opening the shoulders, opening the heart, connecting the heels of the wrist and then lengthening the arms. And the arms may not lengthen. And then when you lengthen the arms and open the shoulders and open the heart as much as you can, open the throat and allow the tip of the fist to connect with the earth, just to balance you, just enough to balance you, and open up a little bit deeper, really opening up that front throat area, opening up your intuition. One more deep inhale. And release the hands as you come to a neutral spine. Bring them to the knees now and hollow out the body. Leveraging on the knees, really taking the navel to the spine. Really opening up the back of the neck, allowing the chin to touch to the chest, relaxing the jaw, relaxing the tongue. And now as you inhale, leverage on the knees and allow your heart to open. And then exhale, going back. allowing the head to come back to the chest. Do a few more of these at your own pace, working like a wave or a snake, being with your internal practice, being with your mind. Maybe roll your shoulders as you do this. And let's meet in a neutral spine and take the rib cage over to the right and the head to the left. And then come back through center and taking the rib cage to the left and the head to the right. And inhale back through center. And now let the front and side and circles go in any direction so that your spine dances. And maybe you want to open your knees a little bit more. Maybe you want to lean into your elbows. Bring your shoulders into it. Really just waking up the spine. Three more breaths here. Just letting the spine dance. We're always telling our body what to do. Let our body tell us what it wants to do. Coming up to a neutral position. If you don't have your knees wide, I invite you now to open your knees wide. And if you were not in hero's pose, come and join us in this kneeling position now. Remove anything that you were sitting on. And allow your knees to be wide and your hips to sink a little between your feet. And then allow your hands to come to the earth and your body to come forward into this variation of child's pose. Allowing the brow center to connect with the earth, or if you can't connect that low down, you can bring in your block or a cushion and connect the brow center. Really allow weight to come into that. This again taps into the parasympathetic nervous system. And then coming back up into the hands, let's bring the knees back into the center. So aligning the knees. And coming into our forearms, keep our hips up high. And reach the forearms long. And now take the left hand out to the side. Take a deep inhale and thread the left hand underneath the right armpit. Bring the left shoulder to the center line of the body, keeping the hips as parallel as you can to the sky or to the mat. And really aligning the shoulders. If it's in your practice, you can take that right hand up to the sky. You can even wrap it around and find the inside of the left leg. Get a slightly deeper twist, allowing the left ear to rest on the earth. Really breathe into this. One more deep inhale. And exhale. On the next inhale, if you wrap the arm, release it. Bring the arm long above your head, pressing into that, coming back up into a neutral position. Just bring your chest and your chin to the earth, your tailbone high. Take a breath there. And then pressing back up in the hands. Take the right hand long now. I'll face the camera for this one. Take the right hand long. And then thread it through underneath that left armpit. Bring the right shoulder to the center line of the body. Keeping the left arm as long as you can. And bring that right ear to the earth. So stacking the shoulders if you can. And pressing down through the left side of the body on the legs and the hips. So aiming to keep the hips as neutral as you can to the earth. And if you did it on the other side, you can take that left hand long, high up in the sky. You can wrap it around and find the inside of the right thigh. Go a little bit deeper in your torso rotation, being with your breath, being with your practice. Where's your intention? Relaxing your jaw, relaxing your tongue, softening the brow. Stimulating the spine, changing the blood flow. Tapping into the parasympathetic nervous system. One more deep inhale. Exhale and release that left hand. Bring it long above your head, pressing weight into that hand to release the right hand. Walking the hands, actually keep the hands long and allow the heart and the chin to come to the earth. And allow the forearms to come to the earth. And then sliding the chest and the chin forward, keeping the hips up high. Allow the body to come forward into a Sphinx pose. I'll turn to the side here. In a Sphinx pose on our forearms. Our feet are fishtailed, our hips, our buttocks are squeezed. We're beginning to wake up the lower back now. Pressing up, relaxing the jaw, relaxing the tongue. Walk your palms to either side of underneath your shoulders. Now pressing up, keeping the elbows in close to the body. You might want to scoot your hips forward a little bit so that your heart is in front of your shoulders as you press up into an upward facing dog. Taking the throat and the gaze up to the sky. Pressing the tops of the feet into the earth. Really being with your breath, being with your practice. You press the tops of the feet into the earth so that the knees even come off the earth. I invite you now to drop the chin to the chest. Semicircle your head up to the right and take a gaze over your right shoulder. See your right feet maybe. And semicircle back down. Coming up to the left side, gazing over the left shoulder. And this time take the gaze up to the sky, really opening up the throat, opening up your intuition. Really pressing up out of the shoulders. Now curling the toes, coming through a tabletop. Let's take 3 breaths in child's pose, just to release the wrists. Really press into the fingertips to elevate the wrists. One more deep inhale. And as you exhale, bring the palms back to the earth. Curl the toes. Come through a tabletop and press up to a downward facing dog. And pedal the feet out, walking your dog. Waking up the back of the legs, waking up the hamstrings now. Guiding the heels towards the earth. Guiding your heart towards the back of the mat. Being with your breath, being with your practice, your self-care, your self-advocacy. Let's inhale the right leg high up in the sky and open up that hip now, stacking the right hip on top of the left. Really dropping that right heel, that left heel. Inhale the right leg even higher. Bend that right knee, bringing the heel to the hips, to the butt. Inhale the knee a little bit higher. You can stay here, really pressing evenly through both hands. And I invite you to stay here, or you can swivel on that left foot and allow the right foot to come back behind you and the right arm to come up, and inhale the body up to the sky into a wild thing. Aligning the shoulder over the wrist. One more deep inhale. And exhale, bringing the right hand back to the earth. Take that right leg back up high up in the sky. And exhale the knee to the nose. And inhale back up high up in the sky. And exhale the knee to the nose. And back up high up in the sky. And bring the right foot to meet the left. Bring the knees down to the earth. And take a child's pose for 2 breaths. And coming back through a tabletop, curl the toes and take your hips back up to an upward facing dog. Inhale the left leg now high up in the sky. Really dropping the right heel. Inhale up a little bit higher. One more deep inhale. And as you exhale, bend the left knee actually, opening up the knee to the sky and the foot to the hips. The knee to the hip, the heel of the foot to the right buttock, the right hip. Really dropping that right heel. We can stay here, taking that knee up high, finding length in the knee and grounding in the right heel. Or you can swivel on the outside edge of that right foot, bring the left foot down and the left hand up, and take a wild thing on the left side. Really opening up your heart, opening up all your energy centers. It's a very stimulating pose. Very releasing in the back. One more deep inhale. And exhale that left hand back up, back down to the earth. Take the left leg high up in the sky. And exhale that knee to the nose. Inhale, back up, high up in the sky. And exhale the knee to the nose. One more time, high up in the sky. And this time, exhale the knee to the left wrist. And stand up for a pigeon pose. Really reaching that right leg long. Opening up the heart. Walking the hands back. Really opening up this right psoas. We're pinching the left lymphatic system. And slowly walking the hands forward, making a pillow with the forearms. Rest the forehead, your intuition, into your pillow, reaching that back foot long, keeping the hips aligned with the earth, keeping the hips as parallel as you can to your mat. Sink down and breathe into the challenge, relaxing the jaw, relaxing the tongue. Can you find calm within the challenge? Can you find stillness? Can you find release as you exhale? Can you find length as you inhale? And a deeper release as you exhale. Even a subtle release. Softening the jaw, softening the tongue, softening the space between the eyebrows. One more inhale here. And as you exhale, coming back into the palms, walking the feet, the hands back up. If it's in your practice, bending that back leg, reaching back for a deeper stretch. Taking a king pigeon if you have it in your practice. One more deep inhale. And everyone, release the back leg if you had the back leg held up. Pressing back into the palms, curl the back toe and press into the palms and take that left leg back up high up in the sky and bring it down to meet the right. And let's go through a plank. Bring the knees, the chest, and the chin to the earth, pressing up into an upward facing dog. Curl the toes and coming into a downward facing dog. And inhale the right leg high up in the sky. And exhale the knee to the nose, the knee to the wrist, I'm sorry. Reach the left leg back long. And send up for pigeon on the right side. And if you need support, you can put anything underneath the hip to support it, just so that you don't collapse, or so that it's a slightly more comfortable position for you. Opening up the heart, really opening up this left psoas, pinching the right lymphatic system, walking the hands forward now, making a pillow with the forearms, and resting your intuition on your pillow. Allow your body to surrender as you breathe into the sweet release. Breathe into any challenge, maintaining peace and calm. Relaxing the jaw, relaxing the tongue. Really making a connection with that intuition. And as always, you can always have a support for your forehead so that you find that most comfortable connection. One more deep inhale. And as you exhale, come back into the palms, press the heart back up, opening up, really opening up. Get that psoas, one more really deep opening. If you have a king pigeon, you can bend that back knee, hook the wrist or the elbow, and even reach back if it's in your practice. And know that each day is different. Release yourself from expectation. 2 more breaths here. Release the foot if you have the foot up. And I invite you now to lean into that right hip and allow the left leg to come all the way around and reach both legs long and shake them out. Let's bring our hands behind our hips. Lean back into the hands, aligning the shoulders over the wrists. So you might have to take your hands out a little bit. So when you lean back, your shoulders are directly underneath your wrists. Your legs are long and lengthened, your heels are grounded, and you press into your heels to elevate your spine into a reverse plank. Allow the head to drop back. Allow the hips and the heart to open up. Bring your toes to the earth, the hips to the sky. Be with your practice. One more deep inhale. And exhale that to the sky. Allow the forearms to bend and support you as you bring one shoulder to the earth and then the other. Hugging the knees into the chest. Really hug them deeply, but can you bring the tailbone to the earth as you hug the knees in? So finding length in the spine, a grounding in the spine. Can you bring your chin slightly to your chest so you lengthen the back of your neck? Maybe guide your knees out to your armpits. Take your feet up to the sky. Take a happy baby. Embracing the child within you. Hug your knees into your chest and tell yourself how much you love yourself. Clasping both knees with the right hand. Reach the left hand long and roll the knees to the right as the gaze goes to the left. Maybe releasing the sacrum here. Being with your breath, feeling the rise and the fall of the belly, the release in the back on the exhale. One more deep inhale. And exhale back to center and switch arms. Taking the gaze to the right, the knees to the left. Releasing this lower sacral area. One more deep inhale. And exhale back to neutral. Bring the feet to the earth and slide them out long. Allow the feet to windshield wiper and the head to rock low. The palms facing up to the sky. Rock the hips from side to side. Move in any way you need to move to find a comfortable position, surrendering to the earth. Surrendering now to divine consciousness. We've set the intentions. We've removed some of the obstacles. And now can you surrender so that you can be guided on your journey to success through divine consciousness. My two favorite words, surrender and success. And actually strength. Those are my words for September. So as we take a very short Shavasana, I invite you to totally release and surrender, relaxing the jaw, relaxing the tongue. Softening the space between the eyebrows. Be with your breath. Be with your heartbeat. In total surrender to divine consciousness. I invite you to take a mental image of how you feel right now. This is you, authentically you, no masks, no one else's version of you. This is you. Can you walk with this person off the mat and into your day as authentically as you can? Start to wiggle your toes and your fingertips. Take a deep stretch. Hug your knees into your chest. And slowly roll over onto your heart side, your left side. And coming up to a comfortable seated position. And my quote on success for September is that success has no beginning, has no middle, or it has no end. It's about the journey. So just showing up, that's the beginning of your success. Doing your best, celebrate that success. Success has no destination, and it's all about the journey. And college students learn this, right? That piece of paper at the end isn't what the degree is about. It's about the journey that got you to that piece of paper. And then what do you do from there? So it has no destination, it's continual. My name is Boo. Thank you so much for joining Urban Yoga's Rise and Shine, and have a beautiful week. And I hope to see you next week.